Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Reality Slots with KC. They have been with us for about a month now, if I'm not mistaken, but already an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm putting their channel on the screen first today for a specific reason. One of the things we have to consider when we have things like super chats and memberships, and I'm going to talk about super chat goals in a quick second here, is we might be making promises to our audience. And always, I want to encourage everybody to follow through on your promises, make up when mistakes or things that you can't control happen, and prevent you from fulfilling your obligations, let's just say. So, for instance, today, you'll notice in the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, we have slides that run, and they show screenshots of all of our silver and gold members' channels. Now, since Reality Slots of KC has become a silver member, I should have added their channel into those slides before today, but I haven't yet. So, in an effort to make up for the obligation that I did not fulfill, the idea is to put their channel on the screen first today, and we'll talk about it. So this is just an example of some of the things that, or an example of something you can do when you are, for whatever reason, unable to follow through with an obligation. Sometimes there's technical difficulties, life gets in the way, there's a million other things. In this community, of course, everybody is understanding, patient with each other, and of course we're all friends, so I'm sure everybody will be always understanding. But I also am happy to introduce this channel to everybody because, like I said, they've been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter already. And what they are bringing us is more slot gameplay than we otherwise usually see. We've got a lot of lottery ticket scratching channels in the Superchat family, but this creator is heading out, like for instance, on cruise ships, which most often, if I understand correctly, have casinos on them. Sometimes when you leave a cruise port, whether it's in the United States or anywhere else in the world, you may have to wait a little while to get into international waters before the casino will open, but they're open most of the time, and I've been lucky enough to have seen that once in my life as well. So Reality Slots with KC is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they're going to give you some information on their About section about what to expect on the channel. We can see through their thumbnails on their videos and shorts here so far the kind of slot play that they're engaging in, and some of these shorts have done really well: 28,000, 32,000, 35,000, and then live streams. So they've experimented with one of these a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to continue. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So thank you everybody for coming in. I've got quite a few names on the wheel. I'm going to add some in a second. Consume the Goodness, though, is dropping a super chat. They've done things like that countless times before, and that's another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. For that reason, I'm putting their channel up onto the screen right away. We'll get around to spinning the wheel like we usually do very soon. And members here are always added to the wheel, but you do not have to super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel or to the screen here in our live streams. We should be here for 3 hours. It's plenty of time to put plenty of channels on the screen and talk about them. And we just do a little bit of a favor. Members get onto the wheel right away. Super chatters and membership gifters get added to the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get around to spinning in a moment. So like I said, I got quite a few names on the wheel. I know we got lots of introductions to do, so I'll appreciate everybody's patience while we get through that as well. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, along with Canadian Family Life, are all at the top of the wheel. They're beloved and dedicated moderators here. Crafty Witch 232 and Create and Relate were early in the door. Home Bartending with John and Rainy Ridge are also on the wheel, with Rushingwood Mountain, VMC, and Butler Family Farm, who all are here just about every single stream. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. I also see Hadgeways in the house. Gemstone is here. Good to see you here. Sassy's Way and Dutchfly61 actually is a longtime friend. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has been with us about 4 years. Fever Dream Animation is doing a lot of Christmas animation on their channel right now. And I know ALOT is in the house. That's A Life of Tone from ProTech Sports Network. Culture Denny 67 might be new to the channel today. It's good to have you here. Mr. Mickey's in the house. New Horizons Above and Beyond is here with us every day. I run into Praying Couple Cooking Series frequently when I'm out supporting other channels. Super Rainbow Queen and The Gambler After Dark are longtime friends and pardon me, Vintage Style by Joe is here along with BH Road Stories. They've been live quite a bit lately. And Huntophobia is a longtime Canadian friend, actually. I've been out with them for some paranormal investigations. It's good to see you in the house. I know they're doing really well. Campbell's Creation, Learning to Quilt. Good to see you here. I caught them, I think, this morning, right, for a live stream. And then, yeah, you have to encourage me. So you gotta make me laugh to make that happen. I'm in the process of getting my green screen situation fixed here. I got a couple of lights and everything else, but it's not perfect yet. And I can't remember what on earth I used to use for spacing and settings and everything else. But I'll get this stuff sorted out eventually. In the meantime, I got that Terminator look over on the head a little bit, but the smile will cover it up, I suppose. And then Consume the Goodness is on the screen right now. Right before we talk about their channel, I just want to show everybody something. We'll do something as an experiment today, but there's a new feature that's open to almost every channel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So one of the things I wanted to show everybody, there's a feature that's been creeping up on a few channels over the last month or two, and I'm uncertain as to whether YouTube has opened this up for everybody. They put a video out today, just an hour ago actually, that says that they're opening up to everyone over the coming months, but a couple of our moderators have let me know that they've seen Super Chat goals on just about every Super Chat on every live stream that's out there right now. It appears we can't do this on premieres. I'm not sure whether that will be a feature that will be added or not, but I just wanted to show everybody how this works, and we're going to use it as an experiment. So it might be tough to see on your phone. When you can get to a computer, you'll have to have a look. But at the top of our channel, we really don't get a chance right now to turn this on or off. It's just sitting there. But what we can do is set a Super Chat goal, and what that means is that it's a way of encouraging your audience to engage in Super Chats. Everybody knows the obvious benefit to that. And you can change a few settings. So you can let people know that you're aiming for 1, 5, 10, 15, up to 50 Super Chats of a certain level. Now, I'm in Canada, so it's always going to come up as Canadian on my channel. For yours, it might be different, but you might have Super Chats of any color. You might have yellow and higher, teal and higher, you know, and there's different dollar amounts depending on where you are in the world that go along with that. You can set a timer anywhere up to 3 hours. So we'll set ours for, let's say, 2 hours for today because we're already into the stream. And then what we'll say is a way to celebrate, and what a lot of creators will probably do is offer to extend their streams. So an idea is if you were live for an hour and you let everybody know you're hoping for 5 or 10 Super Chats, if you get them, you'll extend the stream by an extra hour or whatever amount of time. So I will take one of YouTube's suggestions here. We'll host Q&A session. And then what we'll intend on doing with that is making sure that towards the end of the stream, when we get around to the 3 hour mark, that we'll start doing a bit of Q&A. So if people want me to elaborate on some of the things that we often skim over very quickly here, we can certainly do that. And What I'm particularly talking about is things like customizing your front page or the way analytics work and things like this. We talk about these kinds of things in shorts and every other aspect of YouTube. This is the first stream on which Super Chat goals are available for this channel, Superchat. So I thought we'd give it a try. No pressure, of course. I never want to solicit things like Super Chats and memberships and things like that. But when they do happen, of course, we want to recognize those. So, Consume the Goodness and Andy's Journeys managed to slip those in right before I set the goal. But we'll leave it as it is right now. And they've both done that before. So thank you, Andy's Journeys. Obviously, another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Consume the Goodness is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living. We'll get around to spinning the wheel very soon. And again, I want to just reiterate the idea. Things like Super Chats and memberships are certainly not necessary on this channel at all. I know it could be a very long wait to get your channel onto the wheel or the screen, but the most important part of what we're doing here is in the chat. That's literally why the channel's called Superchat. As long as you're making friends and getting a strong and solid foundation for your channel in that way, that's really what we're doing here. Everything else is really secondary. And then 99 Midnight Gamer, Super Chats could be they could be thought of as a method of donation. Lots of creators open up different platforms for donations like Patreon or Streamlabs or Buy Me a Coffee, or some creators will even just give you their PayPal address or Venmo or Cash App and things like that. Here in Superchat, I just keep everything YouTube focused only. But again, I just want to reiterate, for the 100th time, just because I want to make sure everybody knows how important it is when I say this. Super Chats and memberships on this channel are not necessary. Everybody has a chance to get onto the wheel and the screen. No matter how many members are here and other things happen, I will always add a couple of names as a minimum to the wheel from our chat list during every stream based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And we should be here for 3 hours. Like I said, a little bit longer today maybe. So I have a chart in the background here, and it's basically run by Streamlabs, which is the system we talk about sometimes. You notice the ChatBot that often comes through the chat. And what happens is this is almost like a leaderboard based on not just how long people are here, but how active they are in the chat. And anybody can use this, of course, with Streamlabs. And every once in a while, when we need names for the wheel, or after about 45 minutes to an hour, I will add a name to the wheel from our chat list. Like I said, it's always based on who's been most actively engaged, if that makes sense. But I'll be happy to elaborate on any of these things if we get into a Q&A at the end of the stream. But again, no pressure. The most important thing here, of course, is the conversation that happens in the chat. I know everybody likes to see their channel on the screen, and when we go too far off into story time and tutorials and things like that, we drop a few people off and this and that, which is understandable. So we'll see. If everybody wants to get into Q&A, we'll do it. If not, that's fine too. Edna's World, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Patila, good to have you in the house. Musgrave Family Farm is also here. And I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Yeah, Jesse Miller unboxings and more. I understand what you mean. It almost feels like no matter what you do, you're kind of soliciting super chats and things like that. And I know people have mixed feelings about that kind of thing. But one of the things we have to remember as well is that's all in our mind. Every single person thinks about things very differently. And when you get trolls and, other people who speak harshly and stuff like that, it's in their mind too, the way that they think about different things. But when YouTube makes a feature like this widespread across basically all channels, it changes the dynamic, I know I use that word all the time, of how that's looked at and perceived by everybody, I'm sure. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And then Ben Cyan Games, highlighted milestone messages will count towards the stream boss under my camera here, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but they won't count towards a super chat goal because they're in line with memberships as opposed to super chats. right? So again, it's an experiment. I haven't had one on one of my channels yet. It's been available on one of the channels that I run for another creator, but I haven't interacted with it myself personally until today. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, we're going to get to Andy's Journeys in a quick second. Consume the Goodness is up here right now. This creator, like I said, wants to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living. They do much more, actually. Encouragement and keto carnivore meal ideas, faith-based motivation, along with mental health and some workouts. So the creator behind this channel is Kendra. While I don't get to know every single creator's first name, we do often get introduced to a lot of creators, especially when they collaborate with others. Kendra's been with Jason on Just Jason Keto and More now at least once. I think they're expecting another one soon. But Kendra's going to talk a lot about a keto-based diet and lifestyle as well. Now, I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. Lots of creators are doing these Christmas light walk-arounds or drive-through videos, and I know a lot of people are enjoying them, especially this time of year. She's got another video coming out later today. It's going to be actually right after Superchat, as a matter of fact, so I'm just going to make a note of that. And Consume the Goodness is now working on 1,500 subscribers. So as well, when we look at her shorts videos, we see some of these have done really well. 13,000, 25,000, 49,000, and then as well, live streams on the channel. So she is on, it's seeming about once a week. We'll see if she's going to keep those up, but either way, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And I'm just getting Greenland Quilter Katie onto our wheel right now, and then we're going to look at Andy's Journeys. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Andy's Journeys from Chattanooga, Tennessee dropped a super chat, and Kendra did one right before that. So I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know I've said it many times, absolutely unnecessary, always appreciated. One of the things you're going to notice is that Andy's Journeys actually took over our Stream Boss position. This is what Ben Cyan Games was kind of talking about there, dropping a highlighted milestone message. Now, every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of this video game life meter here under my camera called the Stream Boss. That's a feature from Streamlabs. There's different ones out there on different platforms. Everybody can see the obvious benefit to it, but the last person to knock the life out of the Stream Boss and take over get some extra exposure, and Andy's Journeys has held that position many times before, and they'll be there for a little while today. This creator's working on 1,400 subscribers, which is great to see. They bring us, I would like to say, travel-based content, but it's a lot of explorations. And what Andy's trying to do here is take us not just to the touristy places that are popular that we might have already heard about or have on our agendas if we're going to visit Chattanooga or the surrounding areas, but he will also show us other types of not so touristy places that people might find interesting. So it's a mix of both, and I'm just going to grab his latest video here. He put this up yesterday. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. Playlist can be a great tool for that, and he gives you some information on his About section, talking about exactly what to expect on the channel. Now, he's got some shorts. These seem to be all in line with his long-form content. And a couple of these have done really well. A couple of them just over the last year have really taken over at 10,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Andy's Journey's been a long-time friend. I think he's been with us about 3 years by now. And then let's spin the wheel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Edna's World, I mentioned being in the chat a few minutes ago, and in another 5 or 10 minutes I'm going to play a clip from an interview that I did with her. She was generous enough to share her knowledge. That's a creator who's been with us pretty much from the beginning, actually, and Edna's World has made occasional appearances here over the years. The biggest thing about the interview series, that is now a set of videos and a podcast on the Superchat channel, is that she's long past her 10,000 subscribers. She had about 9,000, I think, when I first met her many years ago. I could be mistaken, but either way, she's done fantastic and shares a lot of knowledge with us. So I'll play a clip from that interview in a few more minutes. Right now we're looking at Create and Relate. This is another creator I'm just getting to know. There's somebody who's just found us within the last month or two. This is Stacy. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section. They're going to do some unboxings, some do-it-yourself videos, makeovers, and a lot of arts and crafts. So I'll be looking forward to learning more about the channel. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, watching videos, I get to know the content. For anybody that wants to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time also. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they've gotten pretty close to 1,000 views, but one of them is over 1,300, which is great to see. Create and Relate is now at 79 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards their first 100. We know that that's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, and we just love to do as much as we can for everybody. Of course, the amazing M&G, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. Raymond Tacular Forever is here. And, yeah, chat was really moving a little bit faster than I expected for it today. Now, my personal work schedule has really eased up, so I'm able to do a lot more weekday streams and also during the day as opposed to making these all late, so we're able to catch more friends. For me, it's I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's almost 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon, obviously. And then Ben Cyan Games. Now, this is a creator. I don't know how they keep track of what day and time it is. This creator is literally streaming every single day. Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie, good to see you in the house. And Ben Cyan Games is doing what they call the Everywhere Forever-a-thon Day 556. They have literally streamed every single day for over a year and a half. Ben Cyan Games has been a longtime friend, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Now, they bring a little bit of video gameplay on their channel, a few talking head videos, and in his live streams we get a chance to get to know him. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. He's been putting out a few more videos lately, which I'm really happy about. So I'm going to grab this latest one from this morning. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,600, 9,800, and won over 500,000 views at 532,000. This bar chart race, I had always, ever since coming on YouTube, found these to be mesmerizing. Those I started on YouTube about 7 years ago. So Ben Cyan Games, of course, is live right now. They're live every single day, like I said, and it's a mix of video gameplay and a chance to get to know Ben Cyan Games and the creator behind the channel. And we'd love to push them towards the 4,200 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Butler Family Farm, everybody's BFF, is coming up in a second here. And I know that Jem Stone was asking who else lives in Toronto. So I work around Toronto a lot of the time. I spend quite a bit of time there. I was born, raised, and grew up and continue to work in Toronto, but actually live in Niagara Falls now, which is about an hour and a half away. Butler Family Farm, up on the screen, is Jerry and Susan together with 116 acres of homesteading and farming goodness. They've got lots for us to learn about and see on the farm. It's 116 acres means a lot of land, a lot of equipment, and a lot of livestock, including cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and bees on the farm. They're monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're closing in on 40,000 subscribers right now, and Jerry and Susan share the camera work on just about everything on this channel. Sometimes they alternate, most often they're together. I'm just going to grab the latest video here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list again. But when you dig through a lot of the thumbnails and rollovers here, you get an idea. Some of the woodwork that Jerry does in the shop, some of the work they both have to do outside to keep the farm going, fix different things. Sometimes they'll bring us into the kitchen, and they every week bring us into their home to give us a chance to get to know Jerry and Susan. They're live, and forgive me for missing that yesterday. I don't know how I missed that. Every Monday at about 6:45 in the evening, I'm in the Eastern time zone again, they're on, and sometimes it's Jerry and Susan themselves. Sometimes they have got guests on a StreamYard panel, and I've joined them a couple times on their Monday night live streams. But also, these creators are willing to head out literally hundreds of miles away to meet more creators at in real life meetups, some small, some large, up to even 80 channels worth of creators and supporters in some of these meetups. So you're certain to meet many new friends when you're over there with Butler Family Farm, whether it's a Monday evening or a pop-up stream that they tend to do when they're on the road. And they've been longtime friends and generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with everybody's BFFs, Jerry and Susan, on Butler Family Farm. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. Henry Nelson is in the house. They happen to be a member, so I'll put them on the wheel. And Rainy Ridge is going to be coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So Rainy Ridge is another channel that's actually just come in with us. I guess it's been many months now. I don't think it's been... it's been many months. Eric and Tina Rainey, they let us know on their About section. They have a small woodworking shop. They enjoy being outdoors, and they're likely going to bring a lot more homesteading style content on their channel. This is somebody I'm still getting to know. Now, I have seen this particular video, which is really cool, an artsy kind of epoxy project. This one here where I followed, well, we follow them around the office for some Christmas decorations, and I'm looking forward to catching some more videos from this channel so I can get to know them a little bit better. Sometimes I hop over to the popular tab and just have a look at the few videos that every channel has that have really done spectacularly well. A lot of times these are surprises. You know, we're always trying to make videos that everybody's going to like, but that's really hard to do. The idea is to make a catalog of videos so that we know that some people are going to like some of them very, very much. And it's not about people liking them. It's, you know, we think that people don't like our videos and so they don't watch, but they don't know what the videos are until they've clicked on them and seen them. Right? So for anybody that hasn't seen the video yet, they don't get a choice as to whether they like it or not before they click on it. So it's just something we can keep in our mind, right? I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. Looks like a product review of sorts. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. And Rainy Ridge, let's have a look at the shorts on this channel. Seems to be all in line with their long-form content. They've gotten into 10,000, 11,000 views. One at 18,000. I think that one's still getting views, if I'm not mistaken, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they did one yesterday as well, and hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They're actually live frequently. And have I not caught you for any live streams yet, or have I only caught you with other people on their channels? I'm gonna have to keep that in mind so that when I see Rainy Ridge on a live stream, I'll make sure I hop over to your channel. The way that I determine whose live stream I'm going to click on, it's usually the first one when we have a few creators together. Lots of our homesteading friends do a lot of StreamYard panels where they're all together. And I either go to the first one I see or the one that has the lowest number of viewers at the time. Some will have like 3, some will have 5, some will have 10, some will have 20. You never know. And then I just go where the help is needed the most, right? Some of us can hop into more than one at a time. Just Jason Keto and more is here as a member and a moderator. I'll get them on the wheel. Wayne's World Unlimited is dropping a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that countless times before. We'll get his channel ready to go. It'll be the next one that we look at. And then, yeah, it happens all the time, Andy's Journeys. And I've had accidents happen as well. I went out for one of those Christmas light displays in Niagara Falls a couple of years ago. And it's always going to be something expected around Christmas. People are, to a point looking for Christmas light displays. I intended on live streaming, but the live stream ended after 8 minutes. It was way too cold outside and the phone froze and shut off. That video got thousands of views, which doesn't make any sense. Why would that be? It certainly didn't have it when I was first streaming, but I guess after it cut off, it marks it as a, video sort of, or an upload at least, puts it up, and just by magic, it started to move. One of the videos I think never should have gotten thousands of views, but it did. A million times I've been out live streaming, catching a few things that I thought were entertaining, and they just don't move as much as I think. So I learn as much as everybody here. I certainly never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, but I learn from creators with channels of all sizes every single day, and I strive to improve and, get a little bit better all the time myself as well. Most of my channels are usually quite behind. Tuber Chat always takes the precedence, let's just say. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat again. What we're going to do right now is take a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back with Wayne's World Unlimited. Right before we go on that break, I'll play a clip from that interview series I always talk about. These are conversations that go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long in an interview style where I ask the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. The idea is that they know exactly what we need to hear. They've all been longtime friends of ours here in the Tuber Chat family, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. It's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know?
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
So hopefully everybody enjoys those clips that I've been playing from our interview series. Edna's World, who was featured in that clip, was in the chat just a moment ago and let us know she's now past 13,000 subscribers. So in those interviews that I talk about all the time, where I'm really grateful for the information that the creators give us. Not every single person has the same thing to say about every single issue, which is really great. And I would suggest everybody, when you have time, go through all 4 episodes, literally with a notepad, keep notes on your phone or whatever it is, because it's easy for the information to fly by. We hear a couple of good ideas and then let them go. but every one of the creators featured in that interview series has passed their 10,000 subscribers. Some of them have close to doubled that by now. So, yeah, hopefully everybody will check those out. Thank you for the super chats. I mean, we've got a lot of action in the chat now. Both Izzy, Scott, Crystal Sparkle, and Hadgeways all drop super chats right after Wayne's World Unlimited. For that reason, we're going to look at all of those channels in a quick moment. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, but we'll get right back to spinning the wheel afterwards. Izzy Scott's making me laugh. Yes, that hole in the head I can't get rid of. It's the Terminator effect, because I've got a mix of lights here. I'll just show you something. So where I am, I'm in my workplace, but this is one of those lights, but it's on one of those swivel stands or whatever we call those things. And you got to really position these things like perfectly to get them to stop ruining everything. And it's part of the thing here. So I got to get some more, I got to figure out how I used to do the lights here. I'm streaming from a location that I wasn't doing for about 9 months there. And then Darren Dobson, by the way, is another creator from Toronto, Canada. But they're somebody who, they've been a friend of ours now for a couple years at least as well. They also help people grow on their channel. They do a lot of StreamYard panels with random conversation and this and that. But you'll always be invited to meet more friends and family members. And I run into them occasionally. I just ran into them, I think, last night, right? Yesterday or today. In another live stream, we run into each other in premieres and things like that. So, Wayne's World Unlimited is up on the screen from the UK, and this is a creator, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's been with us for at least a couple years now. He's working on 900 subscribers, which is great to see. He's going to be there very, very soon. Now, he mixes up all kinds of content, a lot of outdoor content on the channel, and what Wayne's World Unlimited does that's pretty unique in the Tuber Chat family is often he will make an outtake video to go along with his long form content. Some creators sprinkle outtakes and bloopers throughout their content. Wayne's World Unlimited will give us an extra video at times. He's also been doing some unboxings and product reviews, and then shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000, 13,000, and one at almost 250,000 views, 244,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on his channel as well. He's experimented with this. We'll see if he's going to keep those up. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can. And then, yeah, Emotion New Soul has been a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. On Sunday, he ran his 10,000 subscriber celebration live performance. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. It's interesting that you say that, Izzy Scott. I was in Toronto yesterday and had to open some windows again. Now, in fairness, I like things colder than most people do. I literally, like, when you set your house at, 72 or 70 or 68 degrees, 68 and a little bit lower is probably my happy place, especially outdoors, even with a little bit of a breeze. I wear t-shirts or short sleeves and things like that way too long into the winter season. But I can't take the heat. I whine and complain all summer long, and I don't want to admit that I wish it away, so I won't, but you know what I mean when I say that. And then PK Adventure Travels, not sure if I said hello, but it's good to see you here. Oh, and there you go. Yeah, Andy's Journeys. That's one thing that can be troublesome, right, for all of us, is saving our original raw videos, which I do. It takes up a lot of hard drive space, but there is a little bit of a trick. You don't really need me to tell you, but one of the things we can do is put our videos through either a batch processor or dump the raw videos all into a video editing program and export them, still in the same resolution, like 4K or whatever, but the compression will change the size of the file format. So I did a very clunky, quick tutorial the other day here where we talked about Final Cut Pro, and it doesn't matter which video editing software you use or program or website or however you do it, but playing with the different export options can show you how you can literally take a file that could be, you know, 10 gigs in size and knock it down 10 times smaller to a gig at the same resolution, same quality, which you could put right back into a video editing program again. Yeah, so I do the same thing, Andy's Journeys. It's a good idea. I recommend everybody save as much footage as they can, or as a minimum, back up your videos on your channel. It's very easy to do. In your YouTube studio, you can literally just click the 3 dots beside every single video, click download. They come down only at 720p, so you have to keep that in mind. You can't save 1080 and 4K, you know, videos and things in that way. But if disaster struck and you had to start your channel over, or you wanted to repurpose the content, you would at least have that. We're talking about just literally disaster and emergency and everything else. But yeah, hard drives can start to get expensive. I talked about that the other day as well, where if you have an old computer or access to one, a lot of times people are giving them away, or you can find them really cheap on platforms like Craigslist, eBay, and other places like that, Kijiji and whatnot. You might be able to dig some hard drives out of older computers. You can buy an adapter for 10 or 15 bucks, put the hard drive right into the adapter, and it just connects to your computer or phone by USB or USB-C, and you can dump your footage that way. Even if you had a huge collection of small hard drives, it would be better than nothing at all, right? Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Rock Chick Beauties here from the UK. I just happen to have been you know, working on computers and in social media and websites and everything else since 1990, whatever, 1980 something actually. So I have, the last time I counted, it was a collection of like 14 hard drives, like from every computer and every other thing I've ever had. There's probably a couple more now, but what I try to do is, as years go on, buy a larger hard drive when they're on sale. So I think I'm working on a 12 or 14 terabyte now. And what that does is it's just for a duplicate copy of everything that's on every other hard drive. A hard drive doesn't have to be any bigger than a wallet, you know, and these days we have SSDs and thumb drives and things like that. What I do is I have one huge hard drive that's got one folder that represents every other hard drive I work on, and then it's just a duplicate copy. So I always have 2 copies of everything. So it's really hard to destroy everything that I've got. I'm usually never exposed more than a week of work to be lost if disaster struck, if there was a flood or a fire or any other, you know, got robbed or any of that stuff. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hilda DC, my dear friend, is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. We'll get her onto the wheel. We'll get moving through channels again. Crystal, Sparkle, Hadgeways, and Dark Swordsman Gaming have all dropped super chats, along with Izzy Scott, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we'll get those channels up on the screen in order, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. Izzy Scott is somebody who is live frequently, and the conversation can go just about anywhere once they get started. I caught them this morning, actually. But one of the things they want to focus on here is the idea of design and digital art. They're going to talk about the tools. They're going to give us tutorials. And they've always been known for these outstanding banners, avatars, and thumbnails on their videos. I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. And Izzy Scott is usually bringing animation and some interesting audio to go along with it in a lot of their videos. They've got some shorts on the channel as well. This is random content getting into 200, 500 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel. These are on, it seems, every few days, 2-3 times a week, where, like I said, the conversation can go just about anywhere, but they've always got a great conversation going on in the chat. So, let's think about, I was going to say spinning the wheel, but that's not right. We're going to get Crystal Sparkle up onto the screen. So thank you again, Izzy Ska and Crystal Sparkle, for these super chats. I really do appreciate this extra generous support. They've both done that countless times before. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, Izzy Scott says, yeah, not getting any work though, but been helping Scully Pop, who's another friend of ours, with a series that they're working on together, which is great to hear. I'm always happy for creators to be collaborating in any way at all. You're almost guaranteed to grab a handful of subscribers every time you collaborate with another creator or are featured on their channel. Oh, Butler Family Farm, thank you so much for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They've done that kind of thing countless times before as well. Thinking about it, like I said, today's the first day that I'm putting one of those goals up. It's really just an experiment. I probably should have set it to have super chats of any color for the first time around. So I have a suggestion for everybody as well. And, you know, I try not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I learn every day as well. But we all can learn from each other. And here's my suggestion. If you're going to experiment with super chat goals, right? It is possible for a Tuber Chat live stream to have up to 10 super chats in one stream. It happens occasionally, not every day. It's happened many times. So it's not too far out of the realm of possibility for me to set a goal that's got 10 super chats, you know, as the goal, and then we talk about levels, you know, prices and things like that afterwards. But if you have a channel that typically does not get a lot of super chats, it doesn't matter what you consider to be a lot, but let's just say, you know, you get an average of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I know we're all happy to have anything that does come in, but I would set the goal to be around the height of the number of super chats that you occasionally get, right? So if you typically get 2, 3, or 4, I would set the goal at 3, 4, or 5, and then consider the idea of setting it at any color. Like I said, I don't want to, you know, tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. This is what I would do otherwise. So today, in retrospect, I probably should have set the super chat goal a moment or two earlier, so we could have caught the first 2, and I should have set it to any color, so not just $5 and above, let's just say, which is the Canadian version of what teal represents. But these are just ideas, not saying I'm right, not saying I'm wrong, and it's not, you know, this channel's not going to live or die by whether or not we get into Q&A sessions and stuff like that. I'm always happy to get into small talks about different aspects of YouTube anyway. But these are just ideas. So a lot of things are experiments. And then, you know, we're all going to learn from each other and hopefully inspire each other with ideas as well. So these are just ideas. And then, and that's not uncommon, Butler Family Farm. And then, yes, so Blessed to Crochet. That's an idea. See, I'll try to get through the speech very quickly. And Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, it's great to have you here. YouTube Belize is here. That's Beltloop 29 with another channel as well. 99 Painting with Patience. Good to see you in the house. I'm not sure if that's 99 Midnight Gamer as well with another channel. And forgive me if I'm missing anybody in the chat. Crafty Witch, thank you so much for the super chat towards the goal. Again, I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but we'll get Crafty Witch ready to go as well, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So I was really lucky because I started YouTube. Now it's getting very close to 8 years ago. I was watching YouTube for a season, and then in around April of that year I started. So that was almost 8 years ago, right? This April. And I think, if I'm even counting properly. I started by running a channel that was not mine. I convinced a friend to start it first. I said, I'll run your channel, and after a little while, I'll start my own. So I don't know if it was a year later or how long it was. I started my own afterwards. But I had other channels before TuberChat that were monetized so that I could practice first, right? And I really took interest in YouTube and figured we'd eventually be doing something like this, or I would. So I was very interested in watching what other creators do and determining how am I going to handle these things when they come up. So the idea of saying Super Chats and memberships are absolutely unnecessary but very much appreciated is appropriate for somebody like me, because I'm very lucky to be able to work full-time. I do work full-time. Not everybody can. Not everybody's available to. There's not always work out there and things like that, but I'm lucky that I can, right? So I'm not going to live or die by Super Chats and things like that, but I do appreciate them when they do come in. Most of you have seen that much of that goes right back into the community. I have upgraded equipment and things like that. Our streams are better today than they used to be. Everything I do is a little bit better than it used to be when I started. But I was able to decide to do that from the beginning. It's not necessarily appropriate for every single channel. There's nothing wrong with soliciting memberships and super chats. We all just have to decide what is right for our own channels. But from my own experience, I have found that we're able to bring in more revenue by pointing out the idea that it's not necessary and giving value, in at least my own opinion, when it comes to the idea of super chats. It's easy here in TuberChat because I simply say, okay, for a super chat, we'll put your channel on the screen a little bit faster than it otherwise would have been, right? So that's an obvious benefit. Some people will support you when your channel is monetized, regardless of your perks, regardless of your benefits. They will just send things in, membership, super chat, super stickers, and whatever else, because they're just, thinking, hey, I like what you're doing, and I just want you to keep doing it, and, here's something towards that. And I do that as well for a lot of creators. For anybody that I do have memberships with, like our moderators, for instance, I don't even look at what the perks are. I might look because I want to know what they're doing and just learn from everybody, but it's regardless of perks and benefits and things like that. It's just a way of supporting channels, right? But we all look at things differently, and we have to remember super chats, memberships, and things like that are not available to everyone on every channel, in every region, in every country, and things like that. So it's always something to keep in mind. If we can give value on our YouTube channels to every viewer, and then little bonuses here and there for the people who are able to support in the extra ways, then I think that's great. But, we all have to think about that stuff. Yeah, Lucia and Glenn's World. Yes, YouTube Police. There's an interesting story behind the name of that channel. That comes to our friend Beltloop29. He's actually been with us a few years as well. He's connected to a lot of our homesteading friends. But he's another creator who helps others and cares very much about the YouTube journey. But YouTube Police, I'll invite you to go over to his channel, either of the two of them, to learn about the name YouTube Police. When I first saw it, I wondered about that too, because, anybody can make troll channels and things like that with interesting names like that, but YouTube Police is an appropriate name for that creator for sure. Crystal Sparkle's up on the screen now. Again, this is another creator that dropped a super chat, so thank you again, Easy Scott. Thank you, Crystal Sparkle, and I got a few more channels coming up now. Hadgeway's Dark Swordsman Gaming and Crafty Witch 232 for the same reason. We already looked at Butler Family Farm, but thank you for your super chat also. And then Crystal Sparkle is in the middle of Vlogmas. This creator is probably seemed the most excited of everybody here in the Tuber Chat family as Christmas, the season was starting and approaching. About Vlogmas, Crystal Sparkle wants to know who's engaged in Vlogmas right now, who's able to put out a Vlogmas series. She'll be the first one over there wanting to watch these, but she's doing it herself as well. And these are really interesting because vlogs, whether you're somebody who vlogs all the time or whether you're somebody who just considers it a couple of times a year is a great way to let people know about the creator or get to know you behind the channel, right? So Crystal Sparkle's in the middle of this right now. Typically this channel is going to bring us to a lot of conventions, a lot of live performances, a lot of charity auctions, a lot of cosplay, and a lot of My Little Pony on the channel. But Vlogmas is giving this channel and this creator an opportunity to get to know her and show us about her life and her day. And she's doing something different in every video as far as I've seen as well. I haven't caught them all. It's really tough to do that. But I have caught several of the Vlogmas videos. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle, see what I'm talking about. You got to hand it to anybody that could do a daily series of videos. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,100, 3,300, even 18,000 views on one of them, which is great to see, and then live streams as well. So like I said, most often she's taking us to different conventions, but sometimes she'll take us out for a different type of adventure as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with her, push her towards the 1,500 subscribers that she is thinking about. I should have brought something. I don't know if I'll find it now, so forgive me, Crystal Sparkle, but I was moving a bunch of my parents' stuff the other day, and they have a lot of collections of different things, just things people have given them over the years, and as our kids, their grandchildren have grown up, they've given them different things, or the grandparents, you know, they've given the grandchildren some things and stuff, and it's all ended up in different places. But one of the things that I found the other day was a Pez dispenser of what I think is Fluttershy. I think Fluttershy was like my son's favorite My Little Pony. That whole My Little Pony idea has gone through waves of popularity over the years. My sister and I, when we were children, would play with G.I. Joe, Transformers, and My Little Pony, and you know, I'd always be attacking the My Little Ponies, but we'd have a lot of fun with that. And then it's been interesting to see how pop culture has carried that through the years. Forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat. I think I just caught Collectomania, not in the USA. Oh, and then yes, so Collectomania is talking about the new jewels system, jewels and gems and these other things. So what YouTube is doing on vertical live streams now is giving everybody the opportunity to support in a different way, which might be similar to Twitch or TikTok or Instagram, where you're able, instead of giving, let's say, a super chat that's got a defined price associated with it, and you've got to do a transaction every single time. You want to give somebody $1, it's, you know, $1 super chat. You want to give somebody $3, it's $3. What they're doing instead is giving you the idea of buying, let's say, 100 jewels or 100 gems for $1 or $5 or whatever it is, and then you can give those gems and jewels out similar to roses on TikTok. I think it's roses, right? I don't use TikTok as much as everybody would think, but I do look at it occasionally to try to keep up with how it works. And what this allows is people can buy a bag of something. So let's say jewels, roses, whatever it is on whatever platform, and then sprinkle them out to different creators without having to do a transaction all the time. You know, not everybody wants to hit their credit card or their PayPal or whatever it's going to be with every single thing that they want to do. You know, somebody like myself, if I'm out there and I do 5 things in one day, it's 5 different transactions, which is fine, but it's a lot of receipts at the end of the year as well for people who can write those off. So it's just a thought, but that's what that's all about. Vertical live streams only for the jewels or gems system right now, but you can learn more of that on YouTube, and I suggest everybody follow the YouTube creators and creator insiders channels, pardon me. And then there you go. Yes, Collectomania, it's only available in the USA, which makes sense. So I happen to be in Canada, so none of my channels are going to have that available, but I haven't been doing enough vertical live streaming. We never do it on the Superchat channel, but I haven't been out to do it on my personal channel either to see whether it's there or not. And then, forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. I am somewhat caught up now. I know I Am Betty J Gathers has come in. I'm going to get her onto the wheel right now. I was actually on her channel last week. Just a week ago, I was with her for a Sunday live stream, and we were just having a conversation about YouTube. And you know, I've been friends with I Am Betty J Gathers for about 4 years now, so it was a fun conversation. We're going to look at Hadgeways in a second, so thank you again, Crystal Sparkle and Hadgeways, for those super chats. Again, I really do appreciate those, the extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. We got 2 more channels to go through, and then we'll start spinning the wheel very shortly. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Fairbrick Studios in the house. Good to see you here, and thank you, Crystal Sparkle. Yeah, she was there when I was talking to I Am Betty J Gathers. I think I Am Betty J Gathers usually does streams that are about an hour. We extended into like an hour and a half, but I know that could have gone on for probably double the time. Like I said, just because we've got a friendship that's lasted this long, I've been lucky to have talked to her even behind the scenes for many conversations. But, you know, as friendships develop on YouTube, there's a comfort level, there's rapport, we like to call it, and things like that. But I Am Betty J Gathers going to introduce you to a lot of creators on her channel. So we'll look at that when we get over there. Greenland Quilter, Katie's got something special coming up as well. Pardon me. Rushing Wind Mountain's still here. Dawn's channel's in the house. Fever Dream Animation is here. Hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. Hadgeways is going to bring us adventure. They say adventure the world with me. They're going to bring us travel-based content, and when you get into their thumbnails, you can see the professional look that they're bringing to a lot of their thumbnails here, but a lot of them are going to give you an idea right away about where they're bringing us, right? Like Manchester's a popular area in the channel. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I just watched the Christmas market one the other day, and these are really interesting because that's really vibrant. Like, there's music playing, there's food and all kinds of stuff, and lots of Christmas lights everywhere. But I'm looking forward to the latest video, so I've got that in my catch-up list right now. They're posting frequently. As you can see, they seem to be at about 1 video a week. They're working on 2,700 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. They've got shorts that have gotten into 1,300, 1,400, even 1,700 views and beyond. And then they look all to be pretty much in line with their long-form content. Then we're going to get into live streams on the channel as well. So they've been live. I caught them, I think I was there for a short period of time on the one that they did last week, but they seem to be bringing these out pretty frequently as well, so hopefully we'll catch them for another one soon. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for everyone. Virginia Bradley Medical Adventure, or Medical Adventures, Magical Adventures. Good to see you in the house. Virginia Bradley Magical Adventures. Good to have you here. That's another channel I'm still getting to know. I can't remember if they've been here more than once before. Reality Slots with KC. I had promised you the last time that you were here, you grabbed that silver membership, and I said that I was going to put your channel in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream like these here. And I hadn't yet done it. So what I did... Pardon me, and I hadn't yet done it. So what I did today was I put your channel up first as I started the stream, but I'll make sure that I get that done before the next stream on Thursday. The next few are already set up. And then Writing with Emotion New Soul is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And then we're looking at Dark Swordsman Gaming. So thanks again, Hadgeways and Dark Swordsman Gaming, for those super chats. They've both done that countless times before. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, I'm not sure if Darren Dobson is still here, another fellow Canadian, but yeah, he was right. I ran into him the other day. Writing with Emotion New Soul is the second channel from our dear friend Emotion New Soul, who did a live performance on Sunday celebrating their 10,000 subscribers. So Dark Swordsman Gaming brings us a lot of video gameplay, and they mix up a lot of popular titles, but they get into independence as well. I believe it was this creator from where I had learned about Stardew Valley, which might be the most popular independent video game of all time. Probably would have been Minecraft, except for Microsoft bought that a long time ago for an ungodly amount of money, and it continues to just be a worldwide smash, of course. But Dark Swordsman Gaming is going to bring us lots of different titles. What you'll notice about what they've done with their videos lately in the last several months is they've put colorful frames around the videos, and this is so that viewers can determine what type of videos they might want to see. So if you're a Dark Souls fan, you might check out all the videos with the yellow frames. If you like Final Fantasy 13 and want to see more, you know right away that the green colored frames depict the idea that that's the game featured in these videos, for instance. And they've been doing this actually a long time, maybe longer than I think now, but Dark Swordsman Gaming's been another friend for many years. They're at 200 subscribers right now, which is an exciting milestone. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards about 205 or 210 today, just so that they can keep that 200 locked in. We all know how YouTube likes to play games with our subscribers, so we want to do all we can for each other. Tomb Raider Remastered is up on the latest bunch of live streams, so they're live frequently, usually looks like several times a week actually, and then hopefully I'll catch them for another one. I catch them frequently, usually at least once a week, and Dark Swordsman Gaming's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for at least 3 years. It could be 4 by now. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Day One Walks, good to see you here. And thank you one more time, Dark Swordsman Gaming and Crafty Witch 232 for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Coffee Walks and Whatever, good to see you in the house. That's OJ and Deb. And Crafty Witch 232 is a really interesting channel. I think this has caught many people's eye during these live streams when I've featured this channel, because they've been with us only for a month or two now, but they've been here frequently, almost every stream actually. What they're doing, and it took me a moment to really get an idea of exactly what was going on here, it's a mix of 3D printing and crochet. And when you start to dig through the videos and see the different things that they've made, you get an idea of how these things can literally mesh together really, really well. So extremely creative. And I love the idea of a mashup for a channel where you're doing two specific things at once, because in what I've seen so far, it makes those channels very unique. I can't think of more than a handful off the top of my head. It would take me a second to even name a few where they've got two specific things going on at the same time. Somebody like maybe Black Guns and Gardens, where they're doing prep and homesteading content along with self-defense at the same time. Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who always engages conversation while they're here, which I appreciate greatly. Whenever we engage true conversation on any live stream or premiere, we're sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm, and that can help get anybody's content pushed out a little bit harder. Some of those shorts have done really well here. Look at this, 5,500 views, 13,000 on one, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they got one coming up. That's going to be tomorrow actually. Hopefully I'll catch that. I can't see why not. And we've always got notifications on for every single channel, notification bells, and we set notifications for premieres and live streams as well. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So we'll see what they're going to be making the next time around. I caught them making, I thought, a Snoopy the other day, and here it is right here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232. Even though they are fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, they are another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Blessed to Crochet, forgive me, I didn't put your channel on the wheel. I saw you earlier. And they're mentioning the idea that they've actually got a collaboration coming up. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock, that live stream that we see right now with Crafty Witch 232, they're going to be with Blessed to Crochet. So this is really cool. I'm always happy for creators to collaborate with each other, because you're all but guaranteed to grab some new subscribers every time you're featured on somebody else's channel. So thank you again, Crafty Witch 232. I really do appreciate the extra generous support with that super chat. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And right before we put it up, we're going to go for 3.5 minutes again. We're going to go for a little bit of a break. And right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. And these are conversations in an interview style that go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. They're listed in a playlist and as a podcast now on the Tuber Chat channel. Lots of information from creators who not only have been longtime friends of ours in the Tuber Chat family, but have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I don't know first.
Yeah, you want to master at this one?
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yeah.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is going to go. It's going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here? Right. I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
Contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we do on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. Okay. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. Alright, we're just about back. It took me a second to find this channel, so I'm going to put the handle in the chat for VMC. It's an extremely popular name for a channel. Whenever we see a channel with a name that's short and popular, they can struggle with the search results. Usually I find until they get to about 800 subscribers or so. Most creators come up first around the world in the search results after they get to about that level. A couple with really popular short names like this might struggle a little bit longer. But I typed in VMC vintage coins, and forgive me, VMC, I'm glad you're here. If you don't mind reminding me what the VMC stands for, I can't for the life of me remember exactly, and then I'll try to keep that in my mind so I can find it easier. But there's the handle if anybody wants to get to this channel right now. They've been with us several times. There's a very special story about the avatar on this channel, but this creator is bringing us numismatic collectible coins, and currently currency from around the world. So they've got just over 200 videos on the channel altogether now, and I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've put out depicting that right now. They've got a few premieres coming up, and those are over the next week or so towards the end of the month. I got notifications on for each of those. We see all the different types of currency and numismatics that they're bringing to us here. And this is a channel I'm still getting to know, of course, but some of the shorts have done really well already. 1,200, 2,100 on a couple of these, and a lot of our friends in the chat will probably recognize some of the coins that they see here. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, Vinnie Mays Coins. So forgive me, I'm going to try to remember that. But thank you again, VMC, and I'm glad that you're back again. It's been many times now. I can't remember if it was 3, 4, 5 times, something like that. And then Peter Tell is usually much more positive than that. But yes, I'm sure we all have a day where we feel like our YouTube channels are not going as quickly as we wish that they would. I think everybody probably always wishes our channels would go a little bit faster. And myself included, I promise you, I have been there. One of the things that I noticed, though, is that whenever we don't do, let's say, a Tuber Chat live stream on this particular channel for more than, let's say, 2 days, I really start to miss it, right? And this, and what we're doing. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. And then, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is maybe what it should be called. Maybe we'll change the name one of these days. We've been calling it the Wheel of Doom for the last 4 years. And then, yeah, hopefully everybody realizes, like, I know we all know that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be before we started. I'm sure that goes for everyone. But hopefully you enjoy some of the, especially the, you know, the positives and the accomplishments. Even I enjoy some of the frustration and the challenges. I know, like, it's in a sick and twisted way, let's just say. But, you know, the idea of striving to be better, trying to figure out why the things that we think go wrong, or however we want to look at that. So that's just an idea. And then let's look at home bartending with John. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Peter Dell always makes me laugh. He's from Australia. This is somebody who's been a friend of ours for probably 3 or 4 years. I think it's 4 years now. So they come in frequently. They give us a beautiful look around Australia in their videos, but in a past life I personally happen to be a DJ, and Peter Dell often references it. While I can tell you, like, I did it way too long to be able to pick out any particular songs, what I can tell you is that while I would be mixing and DJing, I would be tapping my foot or bebopping along to the music for 4 or 5 hours every time I did it, every night sometimes. Some years I would be working only a couple nights a week, and some years I'd be at it five nights a week, or maybe even more. Home Bartending with John is up on the screen right now with 2 different one-of-a-kind channels for us here in the Tuber Chat family. Face the Ace, good to see you here. What Home Bartending with John is going to do on his channel is teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. You don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like his replenished, and the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of those popular cocktails. He often will he'll even go as far as to take us shopping and show us what we need, but he will do some of these recipes in variation, so you get 2 or 3 different ways to make a particular drink. Often we hear about recipes with variations, often based on pop culture, like television, movies, and music. And then Home Bartending with John is working on 600 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push him towards that milestone. In between the recipes, you're going to find comparisons between liquors, liqueurs, beers, as well as collections of cocktails. He might do like low-calorie cocktails together and non-alcoholic mocktails, as they're called, and tons of product reviews as well on the channel. He's got some shorts here that have gotten into 1,600, 2,500 views and beyond, and one that still gets views at 8,900, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel are an idea from the past. We'll see if he's going to continue those at some point. The Pipe Guy is a second channel from this creator, and you heard me say that he's got 2 one-of-a-kind channels. I had never seen anything like this before. John is bringing us industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art, and he's just got a couple of shorts on there for now, a Star Wars themed video to get the channel started with, and 62 subscribers. So we'd love to push him towards his first 100. I say it all the time, but it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. John happens to be a silver member, so we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, yes, for sure, Peter Dell, thank you for that positivity. Create and Relate, thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated always. And Create and Relate, did we look at that channel already today? For the life of me, I feel like we already looked at that channel, but I could be mistaken. If not, we'll put it up. If we did, thank you for that. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now, and they are working on 2,300 subscribers. Now, Scratch and PPA is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. And this creator has an interesting twist on his channel for lottery ticket scratching. And that's a huge category and genre on YouTube. And thank you, Scratch and PPA. The twist that Scratch and PPA puts on his channel with lottery ticket scratching is the fact that he pits 2 different tickets or collections of tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. When we vote on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook. So it sets this series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And forgive me, Danforth Avenue Wellness, I didn't say hello today, but I know you've been here since the beginning of the stream. That's Cake and Me Eat Day with Cherry. Scratch and Pete PA has got presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by content in his thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video long over 4 years ago. Now, Scratch and Pete PA, like I said, gives us the chance to vote on the content in his videos, which makes his series unique, a lot of fun to be a part of. And he premieres every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail for 4 years now. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, like earlier today, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than almost any other. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It's very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Of course, he's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. He expanded the content on his channel last year when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, which I think are going to become more popular as a trend now that YouTube is rolling out the 3-minute short idea. And then Italian lottery tickets are featured here as well. We might not have otherwise been able to see those. And then live streams. He's brought us his very first live stream on the channel. We're hoping for more, but I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA has expanded the content on his channel. I hope everybody will connect with him. And of course, if you can imagine somebody supporting you 750 times or more, Pete's been here for almost every single live stream since finding us within the first literally couple of months of Tuber Chat. And I have no choice but to shake my head and thank God every day to wonder why somebody could be so blessed to be supported so much by one particular creator. But Pete actually supports every single thing I do on every single channel that I touch. And I know for a lot of people here in the Tuber Chat family, anybody that's met him, he's going to be among your most supportive creators. Janine's World, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, a couple people have mentioned that. I haven't got my green screen back to the way it was before. I haven't streamed in this location for a long time. I got these lights that change everything around, but until I get it sorted to the way it used to be, I've got this Terminator thing going on with a bit of a hole in the head that will be helpful for everyone. So Blessed to Crochet is going to go live tonight at 7 Eastern. And usually I set up raids in advance, pardon me. But actually for tonight, we'll go ahead and do that. I will make sure we raid into Blessed to Crochet. I know that Consume the Goodness has a premiere coming up around that time as well. But just in case we go overtime, we might miss that. We know there'll be fresh content on Kendra's channel. But for today, Blessed to Crochet. Now, I try to mix up the love between channels. Of course, I'm always going to prioritize those that are able to be supportive more than others, let's just say. I'm sure that makes sense to everybody. But anybody can ask for a raid, especially if you're here regularly, you know, and we run into each other all the time, and I know you're supporting channels all the time. I'll be happy to raid whenever we can. We try to do it after every stream. So Blessed to Crochet, when your channel comes up, I'm going to catch your live stream so that I can get it ready, and we'll raid in after Tuber Chat. Native Wildman, thank you for coming in. They're a member for 6 months now, and I appreciate that. Butler Family Farm, by the way, earlier, I keep forgetting to look over there, but I have a second screen that I have to look at to see the different things that are on the screen, like what you see while you're watching these streams. But Butler Family Farm took over that stream boss position under my camera again. Andy's Journeys held it for a little while. Every Super Chat and membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. So Butler Family Farm's been there a while now. Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen, and this is a creator that comes to us from the Pacific Northwest. And this creator is working on 13,000 subscribers right now. What they bring us is a mix of nature and wildlife. Lately, they've been doing a lot of almost ASMR-ish type videos. And the reason why I say that is because they're bringing us pleasing audio and pleasing visuals to go along with it. But if you dig through their channel, first of all, you'll find a lot of nature. Secondly, you're going to find some humorous moments with some wildlife, especially when you get into the shorts over here. 11,000, 12,000, 16,000 views on some of these, and then live streams. They've experimented both with horizontal and vertical streams and found some success getting pushed out by YouTube in those cases. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, Ruby is the creator behind this channel. You often see them named here in the chat. And oh, yes, thank you, Blessed to Crochet. So, you know, I say it all the time, and I've mentioned it like way too many times today, but the idea of super chats and memberships here in Tuber Chat, this particular channel, are absolutely unnecessary, always appreciated. That's absolutely the truth. You know, I'm lucky enough to be able to work full-time, so it's not like YouTube is carrying me in any way, but I do appreciate, you know, things that do come in. I try to spread as much as I can back into the community as well. But I hope nobody feels too strongly either way about things like super chats and memberships. I know it's easy to get caught up on those things, and money's a big issue for everybody, of course, both in positive and negative ways. But when you are monetized, you're going to find that a lot of creators are going to come and go from your membership. Same goes for super chat. Some people will super chat sometimes, not all the time. There are way too many channels to support. We can't possibly support everybody as much as we all might like. Nobody has an unlimited budget, right? So hopefully everybody always appreciates everything that does come in when we think about super chats and memberships. But sometimes people will come and go, so they'll get a membership on your channel for a few months, and then they'll go to somebody else's channel for a few months. Because if somebody has a budget of, let's say, they could be a member on 1 channel or 3 channels or 5 channels or whatever it is, they can't support everybody as much as they'd like. They want to spread it around. So again, I just don't want people getting upset when people cancel a membership on your channel. It's not necessarily because they don't like you. I think it's very rare that that's the case. It's just that, you know, budget's always an issue. And then the other thing too, people change credit cards and forget that kind of thing. They switch payment platforms like Venmo and Cash App and PayPal and every other thing. And they want to mix things up and spread things around. So hopefully everybody understands that. But, you know, for that reason, even more so, I always appreciate everything that does come. But I'm always happy to see other creators supported. In the Tuber Chat family, of course. So, when we look at Michael's Adventures, we see another beloved and dedicated moderator here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Michael's Adventures, like all of our moderators, is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. A lot of what he's done for other creators over the last 4.5 years has gone unseen. He goes over and above when it comes to helping others with their watch hours. He's fully monetized now. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships. But I'll give you an example. Michael's the kind of creator to reach out and ask me, who do I know who needs watch hours? Who can he help? As opposed to worrying about watch hours for himself and things like that. And I think that speaks volumes about the character of the creator behind the channel. Now, what he brings to us is daily nature and wildlife videos. He's got a lot of raccoons on the channel. He's got foxes, deer, opossums. There's bird watching on the channel. Lately, he's been back into playing a lot of slots on a tablet or a phone here. We've seen that before in his shorts videos. These bring a little bit of outdoor content, some lottery ticket scratching in that slot game, getting into 6,200 views and beyond. When we dig through his videos a little bit farther, it takes a while to get to these because he posts every single day, sometimes more than once a day. Pardon me, but sometimes we get a drive along or a look outside. I'm just going to replay this video. I don't know why the red line is not all the way through. And he'll give us a walk around his area or a drive around and a story to be told while he does that. But you can see this creator is closing in now on 4,000 videos and shorts on his channel. So lots and lots and lots of content there. We can catch him at 9 a.m. Eastern always, and then sometimes more than once a day. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. And all of our moderators here are longtime dear friends of mine. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel the same way we do in Tuber Chat. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen right now. They've got a New Year's Eve type of live stream coming up that's going to be very special. So thank you everybody for being in the chat. We always have viewers of all ages in our live streams, and even today in particular, I know that there is at least one younger creator, much younger than myself, let's just say. I got a few years on most people here in the Tuber Chat family, but I just like when everybody keeps that in mind. Greenland Quilter Katie's up on the screen, and they, like I said, have got a community post they let me know today that is going to be talking about their New Year's live stream. We'll have to dig through their community page to find that, but they're expecting to do a 12-hour, I believe, live stream on New Year's Eve, so we can look forward to that. Trish the Natural, thank you so much for coming in. Forgive me, I didn't say hello already. I did see you come in earlier. Native Wildman, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. We'll put your channel up next for that reason, and then get back to this spinning the wheel shortly. And it's time for me to add another name to the wheel, by the way. We still got over an hour to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the wheel and the screen. And then when we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, so this is a creator. They dressed up their channel for Christmas there, we see. And they're going to share a lot of creativity on the channel, they say, as well as the beauty of Greenland. What I had seen from them when they first came into the Superchat family a few months ago is a lot of these videos. You can see my red lines here. These are what I was watching. It was just coincidence that they were putting these out right at the time they came in here. But beautiful views around Greenland. We see icebergs and glaciers and mountains and everything else. And this creator's doing a lot of collaborating with others. So they've got like a podcast series here, almost like a StreamYard panel kind of idea, but they let us know that's a podcast in specifics. And then when we get into shorts, we see they've gotten into 2,000 views, one at almost 3,000, which is great to see. Lots of random content here, and then live streams as well are fairly frequent, so they seem to be doing these every few days. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these again. We've always got notifications on for every single channel. And then I'll just have another look at that community page. When we look at this Northern Lights image on their post, when you look at their community post here, you're going to be able to get an idea of what they're doing for their New Year's Eve celebration. So when everybody's connecting with Greenland Quilter Katie, I hope you'll go over and check that out, and then we'll be ready for their New Year's Eve live stream for anybody that can make it. Myself personally, I usually have a few family members over, and we just kind of hang out and play games. Family time is my favorite time. You know, I used to live a life that was a lot more fast-paced, let's just say, running around to nightclubs and things like that when I was DJing, and, you know, that's in a past life and everything. But I did that for a couple of decades, you know, 25 years probably. And, you know, I'm happy now to have family time and a little more of laid back kind of an evening. So we usually do that on New Year's. But what that means is that I'll be able to be by a computer as well and into a lot of people's New Year's Eve content. Judgment Day Mike Harper, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times before, and we're going to put their channel up on the screen right after Native Wildman. And then let's see what we're doing right now. Yeah, Native Wildman's coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So there's another creator. They got a premiere coming up shortly, actually. In just over half an hour, they're going to drop a premiere. So we know there's going to be brand new content on this channel after Tuber Chat today. Native Wildman's got some information about the creator behind the channel and what they plan to bring to us, including fishing, fly tying, knives. I still don't know whether we pronounce that as the word artisan tea blends or if it's artisan. I had always pronounced it artisan, but I don't know if that's correct. If anybody wants to correct me, I'll appreciate it. But I have recently come to know that it might be artisan, but you'll have to let me know if that's right. I'm in Canada, of course, so my accent might sound different to most of our friends in the chat. And then Native Wildman is working on 1,100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm just going to grab their latest Tea Time Tuesdays video from last week, and I will put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlist can be a great tool for that. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,300, 5,800, even 10,000 views and beyond. And then live streams on the channel have gotten yeah, they seem to have been doing these up to about a month ago. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon. How Not to Fish is a great great title for a fishing live stream, absolutely. I have a feeling if I went fishing, that's what it would be like. My grandfathers and my father and things like that, other relatives, would take me fishing a lot of times when I was a young lad. So I know how to hook and... I know how to bait a hook, and I know how to catch a handful of different fish. I have cleaned and cooked my, I'd like to say dinner, but it was more like a snack. Our fishing friends will understand. Bass and perch, and I don't remember what else we catch besides sunfish in Ontario, Canada, and this and that. But yeah, How Not to Fish. I never caught a ton of stuff. I'd probably catch something every time we went out, but I used to have my own tackle box, and I knew what all the different lures were for and things like that, but we've used leeches and worms and stuff, but it's been a long time. Judgment Day Mike Harper is up right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Judgment Day Mike Harper up on the screen. So thank you again, Native Wildman and Judgment Day Mike Harper, for your super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then, I'm sorry, Create and Relate. I don't know why I've forgotten this a million times. I promised you I was going to talk about that when we got back from the last break. I even wrote it down for myself and I didn't talk about it, but thank you for that. So what Create and Relate was talking about earlier was the idea of possibly going live for the first time, wondering about what do you do about moderators, right? Because if you haven't been live, you may not have a moderator on your channel yet. You can actually set moderators in the settings when you're in YouTube Studio, and I'll try to give you a look at this right now actually, and we'll get to Judgment Day Mike Harper in a quick second. But if you go into your YouTube channel and you get into YouTube Studio, you go down into the settings in the bottom left here and you go to the community. This is where you're going to be able to add moderators. Now I would suggest starting with just standard moderators. You really probably don't need managing moderators for a little while. They can just help you with the timing of the chat, putting on slow mode and things like that if you absolutely need it. But for the first few times you're live, you'll probably get away with just a few moderators. You can add them in by simply copying the URL from their channel and pasting it into the box there that you saw, or even searching is enough to get to them. While you're live, you can just see who comes into the chat, and as soon as you get a couple of channels that you have known for a while that you trust, you know, pretty much anybody here in the Tuber Chat family for any amount of time is probably trustworthy enough to handle a wrench in moderating. In the first few live streams that any creator is going to have, you're hopefully not going to have too much trouble with trolling and, you know, unwanted activity in the chat to have to worry about it. But it is a good idea to add a couple moderators. Anybody can add me as a moderator on their channel. You don't have to ask if I'm there. I'm happy to actually help whenever I'm around. What I can tell everybody, though, is some creators allow trolls to hang out in their channel, and that's fine. It's up to everybody what they do with their channel and this and that. But if I'm on a channel that allows trolling for the sake of the views or interaction, things like that, I will get quiet really fast. Because I don't want that kind of activity spreading throughout the community, of course. But again, I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. But everybody can add me as a moderator if you'd like to, if you see me in your premieres or live streams, and I'll be happy to actually help when it's necessary. And then when we look at And then, yeah, Just Jason, Keto, and More is absolutely right. Vertical live streaming, because YouTube pushes it out a little bit differently, it can draw in a lot of trolls. Not everybody who does things that look like trolling is intending on trolling. Sometimes we just get younger creators that are, let's say, unsupervised online and don't know to, don't have chat etiquette, if we want to put it that way. And then sometimes you get light trolling, right? People get to know our name on a channel like Just Jason, Keto, and More, or I Am Betty J Gathers. It's easy because their first name is right in the channel name. So somebody could be like, hey, Jason, this and that, and, go off on something ridiculous. They're really, in most cases, not actually attacking personally. It's just simple behavior to try to get a reaction of some sort. Much trolling is somewhat harmless, and the worst of the worst dissipates usually after a couple weeks, but it can get pretty harsh. So I personally don't allow very much anywhere. I don't mind if somebody comes in and says something. I might take it as trolling right away, but I also understand, and I'm sure we can all agree, we've probably all had a situation where somebody sent us a text message or an email or something here online in a chat or something else where we've taken it the wrong way, and it's had to be explained after. Hey, I didn't mean things the way that you thought. It's because there's no tone of voice to go along with it. So somebody could be saying something matter-of-factly, and we might take it the wrong way. So I keep that in mind as well. And I have lost friends, and now I've got one person. I'll never know who it is now, but between the trolls on my personal channel that have come through over the years, I got one person who will never ever ever forget to give me a thumbs down on every single thing that I ever do. And it's almost funny, but they're subscribed, and every time I put anything out, within a few days there's at least one, and I'm convinced it's one person. But this is an idea. The thumbs down really don't matter. Most of them disappear after a few days anyway, but we just have to be careful. But as the host of Superchat, of course, I am extremely, probably too tight when it comes to the idea of trolling and things like that, that I just don't tolerate any, because I don't want it going to anybody else's channel. It would be so unfortunate for somebody to just be in the beginnings of their YouTube channel, have some trolling activity, and then make them not want to do it anymore, right? And that's possible. And then Rushing Wind Mountain. So Rushing Wind Mountain may be asking about the idea of between OBS, Streamlabs, StreamYard, and everybody else. There's something new that's starting now where a lot of AI companies, and they really are companies, right, are asking to use our content for the purpose of training their AI models. And what that means is to make AI better in the future. So they basically go through our content, learn from it, and then they can make better predictions, hopefully in the future, about the things we're going to want or need. Don't forget, these are companies. So the idea, of course, is in 99% of cases or more, they're going to be profiting from this. We are not compensated in anything that I've seen yet for that. But YouTube just put a video out talking about it, talking about the fact that you can opt into that. So one mentality might be that we want to help AI for everyone, and therefore, yeah, go ahead, go through my content. What are you possibly going to do with it anyway? And then the other mentality might be like, no, I'm creating this. It costs me time and money, and I don't want anybody using it for free, right? And both arguments could be looked at as valid. I'm not going to offer any kind of opinion on that. My views might be different than most people. I don't know. But these are just ideas. The truth is, it's really not as big of a deal as we might think that it is. When there are bad actors, as they've been termed over the last couple years, out in the world that are going to try to steal everything that we do for the sake of scamming and stealing and impersonating and everything else, we're not going to stop them with a simple check mark on OBS or Streamlabs or YouTube or anything else. I just go ahead and accept terms for everything. That could be detrimental, but I pretty much do. Once in a while, I'll read a few things if I think that I need to. But I do so much online that I just can't be bothered wasting the time looking through all the different things that they're going to do. They're probably not going to be able to destroy my entire life with a couple of simple things on one platform. But who knows? We'll see. I hope I'm not wrong. And then, but these are ideas. But I should encourage everybody always to read everything that you're signing or agreeing to. Most of us don't. We just get our new Samsung, Google, or Apple phones or whatever they are and just agree to everything so we can get the things working. We can be pretty interested afterwards to find out all the things we've agreed to that they're able to do with our data that we otherwise might not have been comfortable with, but these are just ideas. So, Judgment Day Mike Harper and Native Wildman, thank you again for those super chats. We're looking at Judgment Day Mike Harper right now with 562 subscribers. This creator's actually got a couple of different channels. They give us an opportunity to get to know them in a lot of talking head videos, but they also bring us some video gameplay and a lot of movie reviews on their channel. I'm just going to grab the latest workout video. I'll put that in my catch-up list. Judgment Day Mike Harper's got some shorts here that have started to move into 1,000 and 2,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they do these frequently. They always keep up with the chat. They've always got a conversation going on in there. Michael W. Harper is a second channel from this creator. The content is very similar. We get a better look at Michael Harper behind the channel. He's got a few shorts over here as well. A little bit different in these, getting into 400 and 460 views on the way towards 500. Lots of DVD reviews here specifically. And then live streams are just an experiment up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. But we've got notifications on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of catching as much as we can from each other. And then, so, yeah, Danforth Avenue Wellness. I mean, a lot of people are going to say any interaction is better than no interaction. I don't know if I can very easily agree with that when it comes to the idea of thumbs down. Of course, I believe that no matter how many thumbs up you have, you're better off if you have 0 thumbs down, but they're going to come anyway, and I just don't want anybody getting too upset about it. The truth is, I mean, there could be an argument that says if everything on your channel is positive 100% of the time, it could be looked at as fake, but I have a feeling that the YouTube algorithm, I've said this many times before, is smarter than we think it is, and even when I say that, it's smarter than we think it is. So there's no way we're tricking the YouTube algorithm by having any number of thumbs up, thumbs down, or any other kind of interaction. That's my opinion, not saying I'm right. Intrepid's good to see you in the house. That's another longtime friend. Margie's Crafty Corner has been a member for 20 months now, almost 2 years. Thank you for that. Trish the Natural's coming up next. Right before we get to that channel, we're going to go for another break here. I think I said I was going to add another name to the wheel, and I hadn't done it yet. The J. Jordan's been added. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is there. That's Charlene Heel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Corinne's Life is coming in. And there you go. Yeah, Just Jason Keto and more. Most of the thumbs down disappear, especially when I see them here in Tuber Chat. Within a couple of days, they're usually gone. We don't get them every day, but we get them sometimes. Corinne's Life is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member, but I'm actually going to put their channel up. Let me see if I'm going to do it next. No, Trish the Natural's coming up, and then Corinne's Life. Because I already spun the wheel, pardon me, and then we're going to go for our break for 3.5 minutes. I'm going to play another clip from that interview series before we do, and then we'll make it quick. We'll go for 3.5 minutes after this clip, and then we will come right back. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
You better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Trish the Natural. I spun the wheel earlier, and then we had a super chat drop by Corinne's Life, who's a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. So we will put her channel up next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. But we still got a long way to go. We can keep this going for another 45 minutes or so. Blessed to Crochet will have a live stream after. We'll go over there and raid. After Tuber Chat, she'll give us a chance to keep meeting creators. Still got lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. I feel like I missed something in the chat. If I missed something anybody wanted me to elaborate on, then please just let me know, and I certainly hope I haven't missed any channels coming into the chat. I've got Margie's Crafty Corner on the wheel. I've taken a bunch of names off. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for the full 3 hours that we're here. But if any of our members are still listening or watching that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat. I'll get your name back on. And then Fever Dream Animation was added on to the wheel. When we look at Trish the Natural, we see a creator who's given us an extremely professional look on her channel. She's got a professional look to every thumbnail, and even though every video gets a different type of thumbnail look, she's got bright, bold headshots that make her recognizable and build consistency through all of her content. She's been doing this ever since the beginning. She matches her avatar and her banner as well. She brings us natural hair care, health, beauty, lifestyle, and more. She's been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as we've known her. I think Trish the Natural has been with us long over 2 years. Not sure if it's 3 years or not. Almost 2,800 subscribers right now, which is great to see. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. When we look through her videos, one of the things you'll notice is that when you roll over these, or once you get into the video, you most often are going to see exactly what was on the thumbnail, and I think that's a great idea. I think that's going to do really well in this channel for retention. Now, she's got shorts over here that have a lot of variety. She's been doing a lot of tributes to a lot of celebrities. These have gotten into 16,000, 27,000, 43,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. Pardon me. She's collaborated often with our dear friend I Am Betty J Gathers. They always have a good time together, and sometimes it's Trish the Natural by herself. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. We got notification bells on for every single channel. We'll see if she's going to bring any more of those up again as live streams. And then Corinne's Life, thank you for a second super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. And what she did was took over the stream boss position there. I'll talk about that in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Cake and Me Eat Day with Cherry. If you're serious about that, I know you mentioned the sink being clogged. If you're serious about that, I wonder if you know Jeff from Travel Fund 69. Anyway, I work with him every day. We do light construction work and this and that, but he also does a lot of handyman stuff. You might be able to get that fixed. If you want to reach out to me on either Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, anywhere at all. I'm just making a note for myself. I don't do a lot of handyman stuff myself. I know most of it is much easier than some of us might think if we don't do it all the time. But if I was to take a faucet off of a sink or anything like that, somebody would just not have a sink for a couple of weeks. I am not the handiest person in the world. It takes me much longer to do anything than somebody who does it all the time. But if you want to reach out. Vintage Style by Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Again, absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. We will put that channel up next. Before we get back to spinning the wheel, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. Now, Corinne's Life dropped 2 different super chats, and one of the reasons why is because she wanted to take over the stream boss position. We've talked about that a couple of times today. It's the video game life meter under my camera here. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure, and she's held that position many times before. She's done that kind of thing countless times before. She's been a dear friend for long over 4 years now, closer to 4.5. Corinne's Life is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, and she actually has a channel that really does encompass everything that is Corinne's Life. So she could be taking us out for adventure, she could be bringing us a haul, she could be cooking, she could be cleaning, she could be traveling. She's in Nova Scotia, and then vlogs are what she has done the most of lately, but she also gives us a look at the behind the scenes for her small business, where she prints just about everything that can be printed, from hats to shirts to mugs to stickers to magnets to ornaments, and just about anything that can be printed. So it's great to know that we've got a channel that can teach us about merchandise and how a lot of the stuff is made, but we can use her as a resource when it comes to thinking about merchandise for our own channels as well. So I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. I know these are quite short, but I'll put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with her channel a little bit. She's got a couple new videos here, and then 3,200 subscribers. She's working on 3,300 now, and monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Some of that famous Canadian winter weather and some of her shorts here. A couple of these have done really well. 18,000, one at 38,000, which I think still gets views, and then 77,000 for one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. Corinne's Life has experimented both with horizontal and vertical live streams and found a bit of success with the vertical ones getting pushed out. I've joined her countless times on her channel and others in StreamYard panels. We hope to do a few more of those again in the near future. So hopefully everybody will connect with Corinne's Life. Like I said, a dear friend, but a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well. Thank you for the super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She knows as well as anybody it's absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And Vintage Style by Joe is up for the same reason now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Now, Vintage Style by Joe also dropped a super chat, so we put their channel up right away, and thank you again for that. I really do appreciate it. This is a brand new channel. We haven't had this up on the screen yet, I think, and forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. I'm just going to look in my watch later list. Yeah, no, it's not there yet. I got one video that I've got to run there. Vintage Style by Joe. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is dig through your videos. I'm going to take the latest one you've made. I'm going to put that in that watch later playlist, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on. That will that should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on also, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Oh, I see. Yeah, Danforth Avenue Wellness. Yes, of course they should be taking care of that for you. A lot of times I'll give you. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do or nudge anybody in the wrong way, but I have found when it comes to the idea of live streaming and things like that, a lot of times it is better to ask forgiveness than permission. Sometimes you talk about the idea of live streaming, and just because you mention it, all of a sudden somebody says like, well, no, I don't know if you should be filming. I think you have to get authorization and this and that. It's absolutely not true. In 99% of areas, I believe that there's a law, and anybody can correct me if you know better than what I'm going to say here. there's a law that says that you only need the authorization of one person if you're filming in a public place. But because you're in that public place, you get to authorize yourself. Basically, it's not the right word to use, but you know what I mean. So these are just ideas, and I have been in both situations. I've live streamed outside where it's been welcome. People are happy to have it, but I've also had people put the blocks up and say, no, we don't want any live streaming over here, and they whine and complain and come up with every excuse you can imagine in the world. So you got to think about that. The other thing too is it's different when you're dealing with people very close to your own area. You know what I mean? You don't want to ruffle feathers close to home. But that's just an idea. Not even saying I'm right there either. Margie's Crafty Corner's coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, Native Wildman. So I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. And He-Man was a TV show that I would watch, and Masters of the Universe, of course. But there's a song that came out in the late 1980s, and I can't remember if it was 87, 88, or 89, or it could have been earlier, but it was Snap, The Power, right, was the name of the song. Very popular at the time, was #1 on all the charts and everything else. In the 12-inch version, one of the extended mixes of that song, they used the intro from He-Man in the beginning of that song, and I thought that was really interesting. So there's a little bit of trivia for you. Margie's Crafty Corner is working on 1,300 subscribers. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family for what I'm thinking is probably close to 3 years by now. Could even be longer than that. Margie's Crafty Corner, I see I'm behind with your videos though. You got a couple of really lengthy ones here, but I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list, and I will run that when I go through my catch-up list either tonight or tomorrow morning. This creator's got some shorts here, and these have started to move. One of them over 400 views, which is great to see, but live streams are where the magic happens on this channel. They got a couple set up, one of them on Thursday, and then another. Canadian Family Life would have dropped a premiere probably today, by the way, as well. She's doing Vlogmas, and I know she's dropping them at 5 p.m. The reason that came to mind, we haven't seen her channel yet today, but Margie's Crafty Corner's got a live stream coming up at 5 p.m. Thursday. We'll be on at that time, but it's great to know that there's fresh content on that channel right after Tuber Chat. Now, Don Yarndahl might be with Margie's Crafty Corner, along with a lot of other familiar faces. They do StreamYard panels all the time. And there's a few creators that get involved in this, so you're going to find all kinds of crafty things, and the conversation can go just about anywhere once they get started. But you get an idea of what they're doing here. So they call it West Coast Wednesdays, and they're live every week. So this one here, yeah, no, but that's Thursday if I'm not mistaken. But that's okay. And then Margie's Crafty Corner is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. 1980 BC, yes, absolutely. Oh, for me, I'm a little bit, I got a few years on you then. And look at that, Canadian Family Life's coming up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Canadian Family Life is in the middle of Vlogmas. I can't be this far behind in Vlogmas. I would have just caught a video from the other day. I must be mistaken unless I haven't gone through my catch-up list, but I must have. I know that I did. I'm just going to look for a quick second here. You can see how I cleaned. Oh, I didn't run it after. So I don't know what happened here. So I went through my catch-up list, and I'm sure everybody understands I run more videos than I watch, but something happened. I was probably flipping through personal accounts, And I was moving around yesterday and today as well, so I was on and off the computer, especially on Monday. And a lot of these videos this time got these red lines that are not all the way across, so I left those in the catch-up list here, this playlist I keep talking about. I don't see one of Canadian Family Life's in there. I don't know why I wouldn't have caught a video from the other day. Tiffany's here with us every day. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. And the latest one to be added, as a matter of fact, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list right now, but we know that that will get watched or run. I'm going to try to watch these, though. I'm going to try. I have time today and tomorrow to sit and watch these. So she's in the middle of Vlogmas, and yeah, it's hard to believe, but we're already on day 17. Goodness, Christmas is really closing in quick. And Tiffany has done different things in her Vlogmas videos. Now, I've only seen a couple of these, but this is not the first time she's doing homemade ornaments. So this is a really cool idea that she's got in this one that I watched. And then this one here I'll be looking forward to see. Canadian Family Life's doing crafty things often, but lots of cooking videos, lots of grocery hauls. The family gets involved in the channel. You'll see your husband Chris on a lot of the thumbnails. He's got his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun as well. He does do-it-yourself videos. Tiffany cut a great trailer with their theme song for their channel. They've got an impeccable container garden. And like I said, the whole family hops in and out of a lot of the videos as well as the live streams. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,800, 5,500 views and beyond, and then live streams over here. Tiffany's on usually once every month or two. We're probably expecting one again soon. But we know she's working hard on a Vlogmas series as well. So we'll keep the notification bell on, hopefully catch the next time she's going to go live. And we know that she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, she's over 11,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. And then Rooted in Essential Oils is in the house. I've got them on the wheel. We'll spin and we'll see who's coming up next. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then thank you, Native Wildman, and Fever Dream Animation is up on the screen right now. They're doing a lot of interesting content on their channel. Forgive me, I said you were doing Christmas earlier. I don't know why I was thinking that. Fever Dream Animation is playing a lot of classic television, and I thought there was cartoons here as well, actually, so forgive my mistake earlier in the stream. They're live right now, but they're live usually, like, look, some of these are getting into hours long, an hour and a half, 2 hours on many of these live streams. And they seem to be live just about every day as well. Fever Dream Animation is here with us almost every day, and I run into them constantly supporting other creators. They've gotten into 500, 600, and on the way towards 700 views on some of their shorts videos on the channel, and those feature a lot of animation as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Fever Dream Animation. They're at 247 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. We'll go for one more break for 3.5 minutes. Probably the last one for today. And what we'll do right before we do that, we'll play one more clip from our interview series. These are conversations that go on for an hour or 2 hours long with some creators. I asked their opinion, knowing that they know what we need to hear. They are longtime friends of us here in the Tuber Chat family, and each one of them is long past their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, Now, going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, when I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean. You know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. Rooted in Essential Oils is up on the screen, and pardon me, I stepped away for a second and listen to me huff and puff for a second. Shauna Chin, Vivo Channel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Makeup Mom and Son, our dear friend, is here as a member and a moderator. I've put them on the wheel. And Rooted in Essential Oils obviously is going to talk to us about essential oils. This is the kind of product that I reference when I talk to people about the idea of starting a YouTube channel or becoming a content creator. For anybody that hasn't started yet, if you wanted to inspire somebody, it's very obvious that taking anything at all that you enjoy or know about, putting it on a table in front of you and talking about it for 10 minutes is a video. Right? And Rooted in Essential Oils has been doing much more than what I'm talking about, but they're actually working on Vlogmas right now, which is great to see. I'm going to take the latest Vlogmas video, put that in my catch-up list. But essential oils lend themselves perfectly to the idea of a YouTube channel because there's virtually an unlimited amount of content that can be made because each of the essential oils obviously has their own benefits, and people like Michael's Adventures or Rooted in Essential Oils are very knowledgeable about each of these. But when you mix them together, there's other benefits that can come, so it creates almost an unlimited combination, or there's unlimited combinations that lead to an unlimited number of different video ideas, let's just say. Rooted in Essential Oils, though, also has shorts on the channel. These feature more variety, getting into 25 and 2600 views and beyond. Live streams on the channel as well. I've caught them many times. They've scheduled these way in advance, which is great to see, and gives you a chance to get to know the creator more often than anything else. The conversation can go anywhere once they get started. I've caught many of these. I got notifications on for each one. We always set notifications for every premiere and live stream, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. And then we'll spin the wheel. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up. Yeah, we got quite a variety of channels always in the Tuber Chat family. Lots of genres and categories I never even would have known existed. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead now is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is here with us just about every day. This creator brings homesteading on a budget. They have added a few different things lately in some of the videos they've been making. Homesteading tips, recipes, how-to videos, do-it-yourself videos, and there's much more. One of the things that I have come to know about this channel over the last long while, I think it's been a couple of years by now, is that Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen and Mike, who's also featured on the channel, they're often together, they will really think out, put a lot of thought into the videos before even filming them, and then they do a very thorough job on the subjects that they cover. Sometimes they're bringing us cooking videos. A lot of times they're bringing us more homesteading content, the ideas of not only saving money, but giving us an idea of some of the costs of some of the things that we might consider purchasing, like this video here. Lately, there's recipes. These are Depression era recipes, which are really cool because they feature only a few ingredients. And I think in both of these cases, I think the products came out even better than they were expecting. Mike always hops in for the taste test at the end, which is great to see. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,700, 3,400 views and beyond. And then live streams, Bella's Whisper Farmstead goes live occasionally, but Kristen will take us either down by the water or by a fire, and we're hoping for more of these. But like I keep saying, we got notification bells on for every single channel. And then let's spin the wheel. And then, yeah, reality slots with KC. Your membership for sure is on because your name is green in the chat. So as long as that's the case, you know it's active, but I appreciate that. And like I said, as a silver member, I'm going to make sure before the next stream your channel is added into those slides that I run during our breaks and at the beginning and end. But today we put your channel up when the stream started. So you're the very first channel that we looked at today. That's why I haven't put you on the wheel. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is up on the screen right now. There's another friend of over 4 years. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then we're looking at Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. Now, this creator actually put out a really special video the other day, so I hope everybody will check this out. This particular video, it's a pretty lengthy one, but perfect to connect with, of course. We're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has been known to bring us a lot of subscription service boxes, and she really covers just about everything that can be unboxed. So she's got stationery in there, she's got crafting supplies, she's got jewelry, she's got bath and beauty products, snacks are featured many times. But Jesse Miller Unboxings and More does a lot more unboxings and almost even haul type videos from some of the things than just those subscription boxes. She also gives us a thorough look at the things she creates when she gets into crafts and other types of things that can be interacted with, let's just say. When we get into shorts, you get an idea of some of the products that have been found in these unboxing videos. There's the snacks there, jewelry featured throughout, bath and beauty products, stationery like I was talking about, and much more, art supplies, craft supplies, and things like that. Live streams are occasional on the channel. She's usually live every month or two. She'll likely do one again in the new year, and we've got our notification bell on so we can be ready when she does. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family, and has been for the 4 years that we've known her. Now, approaching 2,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Blessed to Crochet is up here right now. This is another creator who's with us just about every day. And it's just coincidence that the channel came up right now. It's time to start dropping the link for our raid. So they're actually going to go live in about 15 minutes. We'll go and raid in there. I'll leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes so that we can clean up our connections here before going over there. But Blessed to Crochet will give us a chance to connect with more friends while we're there. They let us know right away on their about section that they're interested in connection on the channel more than anything else. So they've got Vlogmas going on here for the most part, and this is an interesting idea, an Advent journal as opposed to Advent calendar. I'm just going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they've been up to with their Vlogmas series. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000 views and beyond on a couple of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. So they set up the whole month in advance, which is great. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. Setting your premieres and live streams in advance like this gives the opportunity, first of all, for YouTube to catalog the metadata for your video so that you can put that. Oh yes, of course. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I should have known that too. I did it for the channel, not this. Oh, I did it for the wrong channel altogether. Forgive me. My goodness. Silliness. Kendra has a premiere coming up as well, so if anybody happened to catch that, you'll just know that That's a premiere that's coming up right this second, but that's okay. What I'll do is I'll take the stream that's coming up right now. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for checking that. I will get the proper link for what we're doing here, but Kendra's another incredibly generous, supportive creator here as well. I can only raid one channel at a time, of course. But Blessed to Crochet, there's your link right there for the stream that's coming up. And then everybody will be able to continue meeting friends over there. We've still got 15 minutes to go. I'll put a few more channels on the screen. We got time for more than's on the wheel right now, it looks like. And Blessed to Crochet, like I said, putting live streams and premieres, setting them up in advance like this gives YouTube the opportunity to catalog title, thumbnail, description, tags, hashtags, and everything else. So it can push your channel and content out, the live stream or premiere, when it's time, appropriately. But the other thing too is it gives people the opportunity for several days or longer to know that you have content coming up, because some people will rearrange their schedule to make sure that they can catch you when they see these things. You have to remember, or we have to remember, that everybody has a weekly routine. I know some people do things monthly. A lot of our bills and things like that and payments are done monthly, but most people have their weekly routine. So if somebody's typically not on YouTube around 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, they might make extra effort to make sure that they are, knowing that a special live stream is coming up, like what Blessed to Crochet has got going on with Crafty232 right now. I think they're on together, right? And then Crafty Witch 232, pardon me. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then, Crystal Sparkle, always 3 hours. And Nisa Faraway, good to see you in the house. I know that is a creator that thought they might not be able to get here today just from working, but thank you. Yeah, we're going to wrap up in another 10 minutes here. But I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now. This is a longtime friend. She's been with us about 4 years as well, maybe longer by now. She's working on 2,500 subscribers. She is monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. You've actually seen Betty on several thumbnails, I believe, even today. She's been featured with a lot of other creators. She's done a lot of interviews. Crystal Sparkle inspired a 12-interview series on I Am Betty J Gathers channel, and I was a part of that this past Sunday. Let me hop over to the live stream page and you can see what I'm talking about. Lots of familiar faces are over there. But 9 days ago, I joined her on her channel, and we had a conversation for about an hour and a half, which is longer than she usually does, as a matter of fact. And we've had a friendship that's gone on for a long time. So a great conversation. She's got another one coming up tomorrow morning, and we'll be looking forward to seeing that. She will introduce us to lots of other creators, but you'll also be invited to meet more friends and family members anytime you're on her channel. She talks about living her best life over 60, but all of her content can relate to just about anybody that comes in at all. When she does live stream, she does a great job of keeping up with the chat, but she's been doing a lot of vlogging lately as well, bringing us about her day, both into her home, out on the road, sometimes even shopping in between. And I Am Betty J Gathers is going to give us a lot of shorts on the channel as well. This creator typically does talking head shorts videos, and a lot of these have done really well, getting into 10,000 views and beyond. She's got a different kind there. You did better than I did. I joke all the time about the fact that I film like sometimes nonsense and put it up and just see what happens. And I film like a duck crossing the street or a family of ducks walking, and the video of course didn't go anywhere because I didn't put any effort into it. But I Am Betty J Gathers has got one here. Ducks or geese walking on water. This will give people an opportunity to interact, right? They're going to choose, like, is this a duck or a goose? And somebody who knows better might be able to know. But it's great to see that you got a brand new short that's got 12,000 views. We know that because we see I Am Betty J Gathers channel in almost every Tuber Chat live stream after all these years. She's still with us just about every time we're on. The Stock Explorers in the house, I've got them on the wheel. We'll spin and see who's coming up next. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. The Stock Explorer, this is another dear friend, somebody who I've been thinking about lately because I keep missing every live stream that they've been doing. I don't know why. See what I mean? Like 3 in a row I've missed here. They were just on a few days ago. So Nora, if you want to let us know when you're going to be on again. The Stock Explorer started their channel many years ago. They've been with us about 4 years as well. They started by talking about the stock markets with a little bit of crypto. And that's been going on all this time. They often have product in hand, and I find it interesting to look back over some of the older videos they've done and see how some of the companies have flourished since then. The Stock Explorer is now working on 2,300 subscribers. And of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When I dig through the thumbnails, you get an idea. First of all, in the live streams, they can have charts and graphs for us to see or friendly conversation, sometimes with StreamYard panels. I've joined them on their channel once before. And lately, they've been doing a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators, and those can be fun and exciting. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, 2,800, 4,200, 12,000 views and beyond, and then videos on the channel as well. They've got a series right now called Scratching with Strangers, exactly like it sounds. They're scratching lottery tickets with people that they're meeting for the first time. When we dig through the older videos, like I was saying, you can see the idea behind, first of all, this creator having product in hand a lot of times, but secondly, in between the variety, they've got a lot of talk about stocks with charts and graphs, StreamYard panels, and they do everything in a level-headed and down-to-earth way with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics. When you look at the Stock Explorer's front page, you'll see another channel at the bottom here called Tropical Buzz, where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is there, some of which they grow themselves, and I'll leave it to you to go find that channel, but that's from Nora the Stock Explorer. Anthony on the Move, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Hilda DC is coming up right now, another beloved and dedicated moderator here from New York. And we'll see what she's got going on her channel in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Mr. Fulton Mraz always has interesting news for us in the chat. He's been a friend of mine for about 5 years now, since before even starting the Tuber Chat channel, if you can imagine. Hilda DC is up on the screen with almost 2,600 subscribers. She's known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. She has positive affirmations throughout all of her content, both from the creator herself, special effects she puts on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case helping out with that. She's a strong-willed creator that absolutely stands behind and beside her audience and her community with true encouragement. And this creator mixes up the content on her channel. She's done a few different things over the years, but there's a lot of cooking videos here, a lot of taste test challenges as well. Sometimes her son joins her on the channel as well. Hilda DC has got shorts over here that have done really well, 2,000, 3,000, 6,000, and even 47,000, pardon me, on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she's live occasionally, and she premieres sporadically, but this creator will always have a vibrant live stream going on, very fast paced. She rivals those of Scratch and PPA and the Stock Explorer and a few select others. So always fast paced, always high energy over there. Hilda DC is, like I said, been a beloved and dedicated moderator with us for these last 4.5 years, and Just Jason Keto and More, I specifically didn't say anything because I didn't want to jinx it, but I wanted to see if he was going to be picked last today. Just Jason Keto and More was here pretty early in the stream. Makeup Mom and Son is still there, and we'll see what Just Jason Keto and More's got going on right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Just Jason Keto and More is another fellow Canadian. I've actually met up with him a couple of times already, hoping again in January. Just Jason Keto and More is one of our latest additions into our moderator squad. This creator is talking about healthy eating and healthy living, especially when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got lots of product reviews and recipes on the channel. What I really like about what Jason does here is that he always makes recipes that have only a few ingredients that we probably already have in the house, and then secondly, they're easy and simple to follow literally. So the product reviews on top of the recipes can help us understand the ingredients and how they're going to impact us, especially when we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And occasionally he'll give us other product reviews or take us for an adventure outside with a little bit of variety. He had out last couple of years to Keto-Palooza to bring us extra informative content from other influencers, and he always often features guests on his channel, like Kendra from Consume the Goodness here, and another couple of now familiar faces because they've joined him a few times, both in videos and live streams. But the other influencers that join him share their life experiences, their tips, their tricks, their trials, their tribulations. And this is Anita. We've seen her a couple times on the channel. Just Jason Keto and More might be by himself. He might have a guest, but he's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. And this creator will occasionally come up with a different idea, like this StreamYard panel, to introduce us to some homesteading channels, as well as cook-along live streams he's done a few times now with different camera setups and things like that. So Just Jason Keto and More is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, somebody who cares deeply about the YouTube journey, those of us in the Tuber Chat family, and updates his banner and his avatar regularly. And now, like I said, is working on 3,500 subscribers. So as soon as this creator got to the 3,000, he started growing really quickly. But Just Jason Keto and More, has been somebody who's grown solidly and strongly over the last several years. He's a fellow Canadian, like I said, just a couple hours away from me. Jeremy D-Day, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Makeup Mom and Son is coming up right now. And she's another beloved and dedicated moderator, and we'll see what she's got going on. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours, and certainly not every single time that we stream, so I do appreciate every moment. Thank you to our moderators. I'm sure everybody understands our live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. They make things easy for me. And then Makeup Mom and Son is up on the screen right now with over 3,000 subscribers. She brings us unboxings, product reviews, a lot of daily series like Vlogmas and Vlogtober. She started with beauty and get ready with me type makeup videos and moved into unboxings and interviews, as a matter of fact, in live streams a long time ago. She actually I've joined her many times, both on her channel and others for live streams, but she introduces us to lots of different creators in an interview series that she did a while back. She brings out content frequently in videos, live streams occasionally, and she's got some shorts here that have gotten into 37,000 and 43,000 with even more variety. And then her son has a channel, Caden Plays It, where Mom is giving son a little bit of help, but this is literally the son of Makeup Mom and Son. And 57 subscribers right now. We'd love to encourage this creator by pushing them towards their first 100. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. and Caden Plays It is going to bring us more product reviews, a little bit of video gameplay, and a chance to get to know Caden. They've got some shorts over here. Obviously, Mom's helping out. One of these over 2,000 views now, which is great to see. We might see some more live streaming from this creator. So thank you again. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. We're going to make a quick exit and head over to Blessed to Crochet. She's starting a live stream right now with Crafty Witch 232, and I will be happy to come and join everybody over there. We'll go over and raid. Please say Tuber Chat raid when you get there. She'll invite us to continue meeting friends and family members while we're there. Thanks, everyone. See you there. Bye-bye.